We are back. The Premier League starts on Friday, and this is your Game Week 1 preview. Now, you'll see I'll go through every single game, every game week this season, and I'll have the clean sheet percentages for each team and a predicted player that I think will be getting over 2 points. Now, this game week 1, I've played it pretty safe with a lot of the picks, but going throughout the season, I'll be getting more peculiar, odder picks that should still be on your waiver wires, and if not, on your bench that you may be debating about starting, and I'll be giving you the reassurance to put them into that starting 11 for you for that game week. Without further ado, let's jump into the first game of the season. Newly promoted Burnley against the treble winners Manchester City. Vincent Kompany against his old manager Pep. Now, the clean sheet percentage for Burnley is 10%. Manchester City a whopping 51%. And I've gone for Erling Haaland to score more than 2 points this game week. Probably not come as a massive shock for any of you guys. But it is as hard as it gets for Burnley. Coming up, playing the champions. It's going to be tough. But you never know what Vincent Kompany will have up his sleeve. But I think if you've got any Manchester City assets, they've got to be starting defenders, midfielders, forwards, Haaland. I'd get them in. Straight away, I'd get them in. Starting, let's get some points. Let's get some wins week 1 and carry on. Arsenal against Manchester against Nottingham Forest. 50% chance of a clean sheet for Arsenal, 8% for Nottingham Forest. And that star boy, Bukayo Saka, is going to be on the score sheet or at least getting an assist. Now, he takes penalties as well, which is a massive bonus for them. But much like Manchester City, any Arsenal asset, we need to be playing this game week. They should be getting a clean sheet. They should be getting goals. So everybody's got a chance of points in this team. So get them in. Forest players, I think, go nowhere near anyone apart from Morgan Gibbs-White. Maybe Awani, if he's your first choice striker. But hopefully you've got someone else there that can start instead. But that's all I'd go for with Forest. The next game, a lot more balanced. Bournemouth against West Ham. Clean sheet percentage for Bournemouth, 28% and 29% for West Ham. Now, I've gone for Dominic Solanke to be the man to break the deadlock in this game if there is going to be anybody. He has been phenomenal for them for the last few years, and I think he's going to carry on this season. Bournemouth has done some great business in the transfer window. Their new manager has got them playing an attacking style of football as well, so I'm expecting some more goals from them this year. West Ham is going to be interesting. First game of the season without Declan Rice. They've got rid of Skamaka. We're going to have to see how they are going to cope this season. They've just got in Harry Maguire as of today. So defensively, they could be quite strong this season. But attacking, we need to go and see how they can do. That's why I've not picked anybody from West Ham. But if I had to go for someone, I think I'd go for Ben Rama. I'm a big fan of Ben Rama. Always have been. So if you've got him, get him in. And I think you're in with a chance. Bournemouth should be a good game. A nice open game maybe to start the season. The next one, Brighton and Hove Albion, 51% chance of a clean sheet, joint top with Manchester City against the new boys Luton. Clean sheet percentage chance of 11%. I've gone for Matoma. Luton play wing backs, and I feel like Matoma may occasionally get some space on that left-hand side, and we know exactly what he can do with that. With his PhD in dribbling, is going to be an interesting watch, seeing how Luton try and lock him down. But I was thinking about going for maybe João Pedro, as I think he'll be the starting 9 for them. But you never know with De Zerbi. Welbeck there, Ferguson there. We don't know who exactly is going to be getting how many minutes, etc. this season. So I've played it safe, gone Matoma. Luton, I really wouldn't be getting any of their players in just yet. We need to give them some time to bed into the Premier League. We need some time to look at them and see how good they're going to be and if there are any assets that we need to be picking up. But do not worry, I will be straight across that if there are any. The next game, Everton home against Fulham. Everton with 33% chance of a clean sheet and Fulham only 24%. Now, 33% for Everton may seem a little bit high, but you've got to bear in mind that Mitrovic was going under the whole Saudi saga over summer with the transfer, so hasn't really been in pre-season that much. And we got in Raul Jimenez, who's been all right. He's been very good, but obviously last 2 seasons has not been doing it in the Premier League. So I expect Raul Jimenez to be starting up top for Fulham. I think boosting the chances of an Everton clean sheet. Everton will be bouncing as first game of the season, as it always is at Goodison, and I've gone for James Tarkowski to get over 2 points. Now, that's not just for the clean sheet bonus. Fulham conceded 2 goals in pre-season, and I must say I've watched them pretty sloppily from corners. James Tarkowski, and especially under Sean Dyche, are going to be very good at set pieces, and I wouldn't be surprised if James Tarkowski gets a goal from a set piece, that is. So get him in. He's got the chance of getting a goal and a clean sheet. I think it's probably the best bet we've got in this game of someone getting over 2 points. The next player and the next team we're going to go for is Sheffield United versus Crystal Palace. Eberiche Eze. Clean sheet percentage for Sheffield United is 29% and Crystal Palace is 33%. We know what it's like at Bramall Lane when they first got promoted. It will be bouncing their first season back in the Premier League. But they have sold their best player. It doesn't look like they've got the squad really to compete this year, sadly for Sheffield United, if I'm making season-long predictions. And Eze, under Roy Hodgson, end of last season, was unbelievable, and he's carried on this form in pre-season. Zaha's gone. He's taken up the mantle and is thriving in this Palace team. So I expect him to be getting on the score sheet or at least getting an assist. So get him in. If you've got him on the bench, definitely start him. If he's still lurking about, I'd definitely pick him up because I think throughout the season he's going to be an unbelievable pick for you. Now, the next game, Newcastle versus Aston Villa. Clean sheet percentage of 38% for Newcastle. Bear in mind how good they were defensively last season, and clean sheet percentage for Aston Villa only 17%. I've gone for Alexander Isak to break the deadlock in this game. I think he's going to be the starting man over Wilson for Newcastle United. Even if he isn't, he'll be starting on the wing. I'm sure he'll be getting minutes. And I'm very high on him this season. And I think first game of the season, get out there. Newcastle will be bouncing at St. James's Park, as it always is. Get out there, get after this Aston Villa team, and he'll get on the score sheet. I'm sure of it. The next team is Brentford at home against Spurs, the new attacking Spurs over Postecoglou. Now, I think this will be a fantastic game, first game of the season. Clean sheet percentage for Brentford is 23%, especially with the new attacking Spurs team. 26% for Spurs, but I've gone for Brian Mbeumo to break the deadlock or at least get on the score sheet. With Ivan Toney out, he seems to be the man that is stepping up and taking charge of set pieces and corners. So, I think that this is going to be a high-scoring game. Personally, I think with the new Spurs team, they are so aggressive that there are definitely going to be chances, especially for this man, who has got an absolute wand of a left foot. The next team that we're going to go for is Chelsea versus Liverpool. Chelsea with a 23% chance of a clean sheet and Liverpool with a 27% chance. Mo Salah going against his old club, and I feel like he will be hunting for revenge and getting on that score sheet. Chelsea, I know, will be bouncing with Pochettino, with the new players in, at the Bridge, first game of the season. Chelsea fans, they've got absolute reason to be optimistic about this season, especially compared to the disaster that it was last year. But Liverpool will be resurgent. I wouldn't be surprised if this ended up as a draw, this one, but with goals in it, because I think the defences are still going to be taking some time, especially the midfield of Liverpool working out how the press works. The new look Chelsea team, I think there's just still little things that are just going to mean that there's going to be opportunities for players of the like of Mo Salah. And Ben Chilwell has been very aggressive down that wing, who is going to be on Mo Salah. So if he's equally as aggressive in this game, he's going to be getting chances. Now, the final game to wrap up this preview and the game week, Manchester United against Wolves. I've gone for Bruno Fernandes against the Portuguese Wolves. The clean sheet percentage for Manchester United is 46%, and Wolves is only 12%. Wolves have had an absolute shocker this summer. Lopetegui's gone. They've got in Gary O'Neill, though, which I think is a very, very good managerial signing. But they've lost a lot of their big players. Ruben Neves, Raul Jimenez have all gone. And Manchester United, if anything, have gone from strength to strength in the off-season. So, Bruno, he's on penalties. He's on set pieces. He knows where to find the goal. He's against a lot of his Portuguese compatriots. So, get him in. I think, well, I'm presuming someone in your league will have him, but start him. 100% will be getting on the score sheet over 2 points this week. Now, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, give me a comment. If you've got any sort of tips or anything that you want to say about these videos, I will be doing them every single game week. Hit subscribe so you can keep up to date with them and win your game weeks.